a blast. I loved it.
Yeah, it that opening scene was fantastic. The one that was released a few days prior to the film that anybody can probably find online for free, and then I don't think there were as many good fight scenes as that afterward. Right, that was a pretty good opening fight scene. But it was still just dumb, turn your brain off, enjoyable. Um, you know, type fodder for
Yeah.
people.
Well, I'd almost say like I agree with it. It was like there definitely weren't as many meaningful fight scenes as that first one. Like that was like a big like plot point, like a big
Mhm.
huge like that was the whole basis for like the well, it wasn't actually the whole basis for the plot. The plot was ridiculous, but anyways, like that whole first fight was like it actually meant something to everything, whereas there weren't really any fights after that that meant a whole lot. Like I'd almost argue that there were a lot of fights that were really good after that, but like none of them really meant anything. So you weren't invested at all in them, you know.
Yeah.
Like
So
when
by
Scorbo,
meant something, I think you mean that this is like telling the origin story of how Scorpion came to be because of this fight. Because
yeah,
it cost him his, and you can't. It's no spoilers here. Everyone can see this in the trailers. Is that when his wife and his son are killed by Sub-Zero, and
Uh, not the son.
yeah, that's not the daughter, not the daughter.
Oh, the
yeah,
wife and the. Oh, sorry, the daughter.
Yeah,
the wife and the daughter, excuse me,
All right.
are killed by Sub-Zero. It kind of hits home to what the original core of Mortal Kombat is, right? The Lin Kuei has always been after the Shirai Ryu clan for a long, long time, and so it kind of speaks to the history, like gives it the nod that that's way. So it's awesome that they are able to touch on that and create meaning in the first like 10 minutes of the movie, and then it kind of extrapolates from there. So I like that.
well,
That, but the fight at the end was also pretty epic as well.
oh yeah, that was pretty fucking great. Like it was Cole Young and Scorpion fighting Sub-Zero basically, right? Like
Yeah, that part was cool.
in like the little chain link kind of
Yeah.
octagon. Actually, no, it was an actual like because it was in the Cole Young's gym, like that place where he fought.
Yeah.
So it literally was a fighting arena. It was just Sub-Zero had goddamn frozen everything because he's a jackass.
You know, since you mentioned that, it actually made me, it triggered a memory. Like when I was watching the movie, I was thinking, what's with the locations where everybody's fighting? Like I just found it very like they're trying to make it real world, like just very plain, and like a trailer park I think was one of the the sets. Whatever, and I never expected to see Mortal Kombat happening in like such normal, like kind of tame environments. So I thought that was neat. I also think it was probably because of the budget. I assume. Like I assume they would have done some crazier set pieces. If
50 million bucks.
Which which you think would
that
be
was
a
the
lot,
budget.
but
That was
not
the
these
budget
days for a movie.
They've already made their money back. Like for one day, they made their money back.
That's
like
kind of
it's
what
done really well. Anyways,
what kind of drew me out of the movie every once in a while is like, wait a second, where's this in Outworld, or like how is
Earth, I
Outworld?
thought it was like Earth. A lot of the fights.
It's all Earth
The
realm.
fact that Goro was fighting on Earth was fucking weird to me.
Yeah, I was like, what? This is he would be in his domain. They would go to the tournament, but I like how they did that kind of transformation of, hey, Raiden can send anyone anywhere.
That was fucking cool. I like that part.
Yes.
When he's like, "Fuck you, Shang Tsung," poof, and he's like, "See you later." I was like, it's so great.
Let's bring the tournament to everyone else. I thought that was a good twist in comparison to say what the original movies were like, but what kind of irritated me was how they got selected.
Oh, the birthmarks?
Yes.
Oh, that thing. Yeah. They had to do something, I think.
But they weren't birthmarks, though, right? Because Kano was like...
Oh, that was ridiculous. Yeah, Kano stole it. Kano stole it from a guy. I can't remember who it was, yeah. And then Sonya got hers from killing Kano.
Yes.
Which is, it's a shame Kano died. He was amazing.
So was the best in that.
He was
The
reason,
pharmacist,
Johnny
the
Cage wasn't in
pharmacist,
the movie.
the pharmacist from Superstore.
That's right.
Yeah, did you guys know he was the main reason why they didn't have Johnny Cage in the movie?
Why?
Because the people
They
that
didn't
were
want to have
creating
two
it felt
comic
there were some
relief.
big personalities. They're both basically dickheads. To have two of them
Very
in the movie,
similar.
they thought would be a little much.
Well,
Yeah,
you know the second movie is gonna have Johnny Cage in it. They already alluded to that, right, during the
Well,
credits.
there's room for him now that Kano's gone. So
Well, exactly. Well, so just a quick little thing. Did you see that the actor that played Sub-Zero, he's signed on for 4 sequels.
Really? No,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back, obviously.
Yeah, he was good. I liked him.
I'm more excited for that than the Marvel universe. So keep on making more of these, man.
It's pretty sad. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm kind of more excited for this.
No,
It's sad.
Oh, fucking Marvel's so done, dude. So played out.
I wouldn't say done, but it's just like it's not as fresh as it once was. It was like
watch WandaVision. Like, what are we talking about here?
WandaVision was great. Falcon versus Winter Soldier was another great show. But getting back to Mortal Kombat, I thought the casting was done really well. So like the actress who played Sonya Blade, fantastic, spot on. Same thing with
Jax. Jax was fucking great.
Really good.
Holy
So
shit,
good.
he was like, he looks like the goddamn character from the game. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was as an actor, he was fine. The dialogue was pretty shit for the most part for everybody, but like Jax delivered it the best. Like he delivered the dialogue as best anyone could. Cole Young though, like whoever was the actor for Cole, he was just bad. I don't know what you guys thought, but
I think it's the writing that's bad, not him as an actor. But the writing
I guess. But there was a few times where I was like, wow. I actually made notes, like just a few, and I was like, wow, Cole Young is a bad actor. That was it. That was the note, because it was repeatedly like just the delivery of some lines. I was like, God damn, this is bad. But
now,
yeah,
mind you, some of the physique, like Mike was saying, was a little lackluster on some of the characters because you're wanting them to be larger than life characters because that's what you're used to.
At least
growing up,
Sub-Zero
right?
and Scorpion, like they're big fucking dudes, man.
Right?
well,
So when you look at like Liu
what
Kang,
did you not think that Sub-Zero and Scorpion were big dudes?
They're not in the movie.
They weren't
Very short and
Yeah, they weren't.
not very like built.
Huh.
Like
'Cause
they
I
should
thought-
look like He-Man basically.
Because I thought Liu Kang, was fucking perfect. Because it was like
He was way too skinny.
he was a little dude, but Christ, he was ripped. Did you not see him
he
when like
was ripped.
he was
Yeah,
goddamn
but
Bruce
Liu
Lee,
Kang-
dude? He like Bruce Lee is like Liu Kang. Like they're interchangeable. Those guys. Like he was obviously the inspiration for Liu Kang, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he friggin' pulled it off, man. The first time you see him like take his shirt off or whatever, you're like, holy shit, dude. He's like, it's all sinew.
Chiseled.
He looks like he
It's
hasn't
insane.
drank water in a couple days.
Yeah, exactly. He's in a, I don't know. I thought Liu Kang was spot on. But yeah, like there was a couple other guys where it was like, eh. I like the actor that played Scorpion. He did an amazing job. He was probably my favorite like actual actor in the movie was the guy that did Scorpion because I've seen him.
Scorpion
I've
was
seen him in
really
a
good.
few things.
Oh yeah.
Guy who played Sub-Zero was fine.
Can we talk about how awesome Cabal's voice was?
Oh my
I
God.
fucking loved every time he'd be talking on screen, man.
He was my favorite character in Mortal Kombat 3. So as soon as I saw him in the movie, I was like, oh my God,
Is he
amazing.
supposed to sound like a New Yorker like that? Like it's fucking great. Like he sounded
Well,
like Casey Jones from Ninja Turtles or
Yeah,
something. Like,
he's
I
an
was like,
he's an
holy shit.
asshole in the game, so
Wait, was it?
that kind of
You
fits.
talking about Noob Saibot? Or are you talking? Was that?
No,
I
Cabal,
thought it was-
Cabal, the
wasn't
guy
Cabal?
with the
The
eyes
red eye-
and
glowing
the
eyes?
wrenches.
Yeah,
He
that
would like fly
Cabal.
around really fast. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cabal. He was my favorite character to play as in Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the voice that I expected to come out of that.
It was
thing,
God.
but I
He
just
was
like, oh,
amazing.
this is great.
He was so great. He kind of had to die though, because him and Kano would have like clashed a little bit because they were both very very similar. It made sense that they both knew each other too, right?
Yeah, what was the criminal organization they worked for? Something Dragons or something?
Black Dragon or Black? I think it was
Black Dragon is
Black
right.
Dragons, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one bit of the plot where I was like, that seems a little backwards, because I always thought Cabal was a part of the Black Dragons, but maybe I'm mistaken.
I think he was, but Kano fucked him over or something.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I think Kano fucks over anybody that wants to. So. Oh, but man, I gotta talk about Kano though. He early on when you see him chained up and stuff.
When he gets his that
oh my god! And when he kills Reptile, like when I first saw Reptile, I was like, I don't know, Reptile's not like that. He stands up on his two legs. He's like a regular fighter, and he just got a green outfit on. He's like a palette swap character, right, from the games. Yeah. But like in
lizard head in the game.
Well, that's the thing. In Mortal Kombat 11, he's more of a like actual lizard creature. That's just standing up.
Yes.
So I was like I didn't know how to take that.
Not in disguise or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Boom, boom.
But yeah, the whole bit when Kano rips his heart out and it's like Kano wins. I was like, that is the cheesiest and most amazing thing ever.
Great.
I was like, are you
look at that right there?
Kano wins. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, you know what? That's fine. It's good.
I love he's doing a graphic novel of himself.
Oh yeah, that was great. I'm a bit of an artist.
A Kano graphic novel.
I'm a bit of an artist. What do you think?
But that's the cheesiness that you want from these kinds of movies, right? Like the one-liners that just hit home, or like you can take away.
Oh yeah,
good. It was good.
I remember reading
some of that humor, right?
Well, I remember reading people were saying the movie wasn't funny enough. I was like, "What the hell are you talking about, man?" I thought it was funny enough. It was perfectly funny. It was like it wasn't overly stupid, but it was like the jokes weren't like in your face. They were just like I don't know. They were just perfect.
Yeah, they're good. Kano was a hit though.
Kano is the best in my opinion. Kano is the best character.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like he was just funny as hell, man. And when Kung Lao and Liu Kang like egg him on and like try to get him to force him to get his power. He's like, fuck! And he starts shooting his laser. He's like, whoa, there we go. You fuckers. Got mine first. I knew it when you dicks.
Oh, yeah, he was like, that's better than flames, huh? Lasers.
Lasers, huh? What do you think of that shit?
Give me a goddamn egg roll! Yeah, that was so good. When they actually egg him on. That was so good.
Shit.
Do you guys think that Raiden was a little bit miscast? Like, I always think of him as like, I guess how he is in Mortal Kombat the game, where he's like more like Chris Lambert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so yeah, Chris Lambert was like, I think born to play Raiden in my opinion. Like that's, I don't know.
Well, that's how they make him look in the new games, man.
Shang Tsung and Raiden from the original movie in '95.
Oh, they're perfect.
Those two characters were like, I can't even imagine anyone else playing those characters. Like the rest of the movie, it's like Jesus Christ, anyone else, please. But like those two
Sonya
characters. Well, it was
very well.
I'm almost thinking Cammy. But like in the new movie, a lot of the characters were cast really well. But like Shang Tsung and
Melina.
Raiden should have been different. Melina was fucking amazing, dude.
He's pretty freaky.
Holy shit, she was perfect. Oh, when she freaks out and her mouth just like cracks open and the sides of her mouth rip open, I was like, that is fucking awesome. That is so awesome. There were like legitimately a handful of times during the movie where I was like, that is fucking cool. Like the Goro fight was amazing, I thought. And he was animated ridiculously well, I thought. I was expecting like, oh no, this is not gonna look great, and I was like, holy shit, it looks really good.
Yeah, it didn't look like claymation at all. It was fantastic. Isn't that how he is in the actual first game?
In the
Is it
original
claymation?
game, I think he was claymation. Yeah.
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 But yeah, well, like when he got his fucking hand chopped off and then he got his stomach sliced open and stuff, I was like, oh my god, is he fucking killing Goro? And then he does. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
One thing was really nice is that they kept the gore on the kind of like the same level of what you expect from a Mortal Kombat movie. Couldn't go as like crazy as they do in the games. The games you can get away with a lot more.
Oh, good segue, John. We can talk about the best fatality in the movie.
Best fatality in the movie.
Okay, which one was yours? Okay, Richard, what was your favorite fatality in the movie?
My favorite fatality.
There were at least like 6 or 7, I'd say.
I know. I don't know if there was a favorite or one that really stood out. Yeah, pass. I don't know. There wasn't one that stood out to me.
What's the matter for you, huh?
What's the matter for you, huh?
Well, John and I are in agreement of Kung Lao being the.
Oh, I
the
was
best
gonna
fatality.
say that was my favorite.
You
I was
don't-
gonna.
No.
Yeah, his hat in the sand spinning.
Yes.
where
Oh,
he-
that one was cool. Okay.
Slicing,
Not a bandsaw. Not a bandsaw.
slicing her in
Okay.
half. Oh, that was
It's
so good.
Basically
Table
a table saw, and it
Yeah.
gets cut in half. I'm just like,
I did like the fire dragon though. Actually, I'm gonna go with the fire dragon. That one.
Liu Kang. Yeah, Liu Kang's Fire Dragon was pretty awesome.
Against Cabal, yeah, I did like that one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
didn't
got-
Shang Tsung did a cobra snake thing or something, right? Like a big giant snake.
Shang Tsung did?
He swallowed the soul of, I'm trying to remember who.
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao. There you go.
Yeah.
But did he not do a big snake? I thought he did a snake.
Nope.
I
Just
don't remember seeing that.
your soul is mine.
You are next.
Yeah, the
But yeah-
buzzsaw one was cool too though. That was a good one.
Yeah.
But the so the Nitara, I don't actually remember Nitara, because that was from that was the chick that Kung Lao killed with his little buzz table saw thing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. She just
Like
showed up.
like Nitara. I was like, who the fuck
Yeah,
is
she was
this?
flapping around,
Yeah.
and then you're like, what? What?
Come on, my pretty, and then she just fucking.
I don't even know if she was in Mortal Kombat before. Like
So
in
she
the
was
game or
in
anything
she was
like
in Deadly Alliance, which was Mortal Kombat 5.
that. Oh,
Oh, you
Which
mean-
actually, what like Mortal Kombat 5 was actually quite good. It was the only one that I'd played before 10. Like I didn't play any of the Mortal Kombat games between 5 and 10 because I was just like, I'm good. But 5 was quite
Did you
good.
play
and
MK9? MK9 was great.
I did not. No, I when Mortal Kombat 10 came out, they were like, everything's different now. I was like, okay, fine, I'll give it a try. And it was a lot different.
yeah. You had everybody over, and we were all playing it. I think we were all seeing it like around for the first time at your place, your old place.
Yeah, I think that was the first one where like everything was gameplay. Like all the cutscenes were like in engine, everything was all 3D and in engine, all that stuff. So it was like, okay, cool, I'll play this. But yeah, Nitara or whatever. I'm like, I played Mortal Kombat 5 and I'd never even remembered her. But yeah, she was pretty fucking like useless to be honest with you. She didn't do anything. She's a vampire apparently. I'm like, okay. She died way too easily.
Like a red shirt, essentially.
Yeah. And I you know what? For a movie that they know, at least they feel that they know they're making sequels to, there was a lot of characters that died.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like
Yeah.
Kung Lao's
Back.
fucked. Kung Lao's fucking dead.
Yeah,
But yeah, but-
Come back.
Yeah,
Timeline. Veronica.
So like Goro and Kronika
Dude,
could
I
just
can't
be
get
like
back
snap.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like so like Kung Lao died, fucking
Oh,
Nitara
the
died.
The Goro death was pretty
Goro
good, too.
died.
That was a pretty
I'm
good
like, Goro's coming back. They're not getting rid of that character. He's way too
Well,
way
we've also
too
got
big of
Shiva
a
though,
character.
Dan, right? Like, so Shiva's kind of like.
Well, yeah,
the
there's
Goro,
Shiva,
right?
there's Kitana. So like when did Melina die? I actually can't remember.
No.
Oh yeah, she did. She got her
Yeah.
fucking stomach blasted out by Sonya, and they
Yeah.
had the amazing camera angle with her spine and like the
no.
circle
Don't forget-
blow out
Right,
of her.
Shao Kahn and Baraka.
Yeah, you
from
know
Outworld,
what?
Like,
you know what? They probably could just be
tons
like,
of
we're good. We don't need Cabal.
The Shao Kahn movie, it'd be cool to see a war happen between Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn, or like how that would play out.
That'd be a big budget movie.
But there were. Oh, sorry. Go on, Richard.
I was gonna say they might be able to justify that if they actually are doing well at the box office with this movie, right? So
I could see the next one being way higher budget.
Yeah, that's
sure.
it. Double the budget, and all of a sudden you're not fighting in a trailer park anymore.
True. They could actually go to. They could have the tournament right in Outworld. They could defeat Shang Tsung, and then Shao Kahn can come in and take over.
Mm-hmm.
I found I found some of the landscape shots that they did, just like kind of weird. I was like, that just looks like some random shot from like Utah or whatever.
Nevada?
Like, ooh, wow, that looks like somewhere on Earth. I don't understand.
It was shot in Australia, I think, if I saw
It was, yeah, Quebec and Australia. I think a
Was it
lot of the
Quebec? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wherever they got the
trailer
tax
park in Quebec.
fucking rebate for or whatever.
exactly. But like looking at some of the shots, I was like, what am I looking at here?
Subsidy.
I don't
Subsidies,
understand. Yeah. Please visit Australia. I was expecting Visit Australia in the bottom right-hand corner.
Well, you know that's a thing, right? Movies are shot in certain places because they get fucking kickbacks from whatever country they shoot in.
Oh, Canada's big for that, dude. I don't mind it. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto.
Yeah.
That's our thing.
But
Basically paying people to shoot movies in the country.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but then when you're watching Kick-Ass and he's driving by like down Yonge Street, you're like, "That's fucking Pizza," and then
Hey, there's Sam the Record Man.
Yeah, that's right.
And the
Well, it's
Incredible
good thing
Hulk.
that money can go towards saving our places that matter, like Sam the Record Man. Oh, wait.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. There were a couple of things that I thought were pretty funny.
A couple?
Well, a couple of things that, yeah. So like when, because I knew I'd forget them, but it was when Cole Young was looking at the name of the tournament, Mortal Kombat. He was like, "Oh, they spelled it wrong." I was like, "That was hilarious. That was legitimately funny."
Good. That was very good.
I was like,
That was good.
That was great. The whole flawless victory thing from Kung Lao. I was like,
Yeah.
that was so cheesy, but I loved it at the same time. I was laughing and like, yes. I think
Perfect.
that's like the majority of the movie was me laughing at the movie and at the same time saying, yes, it's amazing. If there's some way I can like encapsulate that in a review, that's what I would say. It's like I want to laugh at it, but it won't let me because it's too good.
Yeah. I had a romp with it. You can tell already. Like I was just like, yeah, there were fatalities in this movie. Like I've already forgotten the movie. I watched it on Saturday or something. It's 3 days later, and I've wiped it from my brain. But I would gladly watch it again, probably multiple times over the course of the next couple of years while they make the next one. Because it was just fun. It was enjoyable.
Well, it didn't take itself seriously whatsoever.
No,
like
not at all.
you can't take this movie seriously. There's no way. When your name's Sub-Zero and Liu Kang, I'm like, come on, no.
No.
Yeah, do you feel like maybe they kind of took the Deadpool approach of a movie, like where it's self-aware or whatever, and it's
Not intentionally, but I mean,
for the next one, I
feel like
hope
that director would kill at a Mortal Kombat movie.
for the next one, I almost hope they do.
Whatever the hell his name is, Tim something.
yeah, I can't remember his name.
But man,
Terrible
like
names.
yeah, for the next one, I hope they're almost like, okay, what worked with the last one? I'm like, oh,
Tim Miller.
That's it. Yeah, he would destroy at a Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah,
That'd
he'd
be
be
fucking
pretty good in
awesome.
a Mortal Kombat movie. It's true. Is there a Deadpool 3 coming?
I don't think he's involved with Deadpool anymore.
Oh no.
He wasn't part of part 2, I don't think.
Really?
The-
Too bad.
So
Yeah, it was a whole thing. A very dramatic thing that happened apparently.
So when did you? Okay, quick question. Just because I'm actually kind of curious. When did you guys play Mortal Kombat in the arcade first?
MK1.
MK1. I remember.
Yeah, it was MK1 at a Becker's in Pickering. That's where I played.
Becker's. Nice.
Eating Hostess chips.
Yeah.
And I had a slushie.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume it was MK1 because
They were giving away Dick Tracy
92,
fucking
93.
stickers.
It was 92 the game came out.
So it was 92 at a Pinocchio's arcade in the West Island of Montreal.
Pinocchio.
Called Pinocchio's, yeah.
That
That sounds French.
Yeah. It was one of those ones where you can have your birthday party and they'll unlock all the machines.
Oh, no
yeah.
way.
Nice. Those are
So,
great.
like a precursor to Tilt, before Tilt.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That sounds amazing.
So MK1, but it was at. Oh, so there's an arcade that used to be at Trafalgar Village in Oakville. So
Yes.
So I played it there originally, and then I went over in Air Mills. They had MK1 as well, so I was blasting away at that.
Nick, we're talking about the first time we played Mortal Kombat 1.
First time playing Mortal Kombat 1 was at place in Meadowvale actually by me called Wizard's Castle.
Wizard's Castle.
The magical sounding arcade.
Yeah, good name.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It honestly, I think it only had one working light in the ceiling, and everything else was lit up by
the
marquees
monitors
and the games and like people smoking and
Oh, yeah.
everything else.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly what you want from an arcade back in the good old 90s.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
All the kids inside.
Yes.
Wizard's Castle. That's right.
I remember. Oh, we got a little girl here.
Oh, look at that face.
Ask her about the first time
Not
that she played Mortal
happy.
Kombat.
Oh no.
Babality.
Laura, when was the first time you played Babality? That one's
Oh.
better. I'm not even gonna make my joke. That was-
She peed the bed. Her butt is soaking wet.
Hey, now you're picking your nose on live TV. This is going to be at your wedding, little girl.
Did you pee the bed?
This is going to be on the highlight reel.
Totally gonna be on the
Your
highlight
dad
reel.
embarrasses you with. Congratulations, Lara.
Yeah, thank you, sweetie, for interrupting.
No, this is going to be played
now,
at her wedding, Dan. This is going to be like on.
Oh yeah. Since Tiff
I'm
isn't
going to go
here,
refill
I have to
while we're,
leave
intermissioning here.
for an indeterminate amount of time. So
Goodbye.
enjoy chatting, guys.
Yeah.
Take
And
as
still
long as you
recording,
want.
Even better.
And
Well,
being
this is gonna
alive.
go well. So-
See ya.
So related to urine, Nick, what did you think of Mortal Kombat the
Say
movie?
bye-bye.
It was. I don't know why that got posted. That wasn't what I was expecting. It was okay. I mean, so we watched, my daughter and my son. We watched Spider-Man: Homecoming, and directly afterwards, I had just finished downloading Mortal Kombat, and I said, "Oh, hey, maybe we'll just do a couple of minutes," knowing that it was going to be pretty gory. And so I flipped it on. And the first couple of minutes were kind of like, whatever. I mean, you kind of get a basic introduction as to the character and stuff like that. And I think the first real good scene was Jax having his arms frozen and them blown off type of thing. And I think both kids were like, ooh, this looks good. And of course, my son was just like, hey, I like this movie. There's swearing in it, right? To the true 13-year-old kid. My daughter was just kind of like, I looked at her every now and then, and I was just like, don't ever repeat these words. And so it was good. And then I think the first fatality scene where Kung Lao plants his hat in the sand and Was it Melina? No. Shoot.
We just looked it up. It was like Nakata. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Vampire chick.
yeah.
was
So
I don't know. Mike's having his own sidebar. Yeah, it was some unknown character.
yeah. Get split in half. Oh yeah, because she had the bat wings.
Yeah.
Right. Nakash. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, I hope the rest of the movie's like that too. And even the opening scene, actually thinking about it, the opening scene was good. And I kind of thought that was going to set the pace.
Yeah.
And I was kind of disappointed by it a little bit, that the pace kind of was a little lackluster. Now, I had read some movie reviews and they said that the opening first half of the movie was kind of hit and miss, and then it kind of picked up as soon as the fighting started. But it unfortunately didn't highlight enough of the scenes, like the Jax fight over the pit was so fast that it was just like, by the time you really could grasp the atmosphere that they were creating, it was already over, and he had, smacked the guy's head apart, and that was it, right? It would have been funnier if his body had fallen over and landed in the pit, type of thing. Whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish other notable characters had a little bit more screen time. Not that Sub-Zero wasn't good. Okay, so I'm going on a tangent, but overall, movie, I'd give it a 6 out of 10 if I were to be asked. It had some good factors, but the cheese factor of it being Mortal Kombat still was the prevailing downside factor. And how they got their powers was just absolutely absurd.
That was weird.
We talked about that.
Mm.
Going,
We're giving ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I would give it 5 bags of popcorn and 2 large sodas full of blood and gore.
Nice.
I don't know what scale this is all of a sudden, but
It's that thing that you kind of jumped in on with Dan and I. It's a callback to that shit.
Okay, good. So I'll give it 4 Milk Dud boxes filled with Milk Duds, and 1 packet of M&Ms that's got a thumb detached in it. Yeah.
A dirty thumbnail.
Dirty thumbnail? No, like the thumb, the full.
Oh, it's a thumb? Oh, okay. Decapitated. Severed.
Severed there.
Hmm.
It means it's good. I enjoyed it, but I still had moments where I was left disappointed, like when I got the thumb in my M&Ms.
It was so out of curiosity, what scene would that have been?
The thumb in the M&Ms scene?
Yeah.
I don't know. The soul suck scene was kind of a little lackluster for me. I think
that scene kind of dragged on. Like
It did.
Yeah, and also, but just even the framing of the angle and everything like that, it was just, there were only 2 angles, and it's just, they didn't pan out at all to give it any kind of like gravitas or anything. They just then close framed on some of the other characters as it was happening. I don't know. It just seemed very like, okay, yeah, he lost his soul, whatever. But it's supposed to be a finishing move, right? Like,
yeah.
Yep.
Well, and
A little bit more.
it dragged on. Like he was just like sucking his soul, and I'm like, everybody else is just standing around watching this. Like,
Yeah, like a really thick milkshake. Like it just takes a while.
yeah, like
gotta get it to start through the straw. Once it comes through.
Well, and that's that's exactly it. It was like that little essence was floating through the after, and it was like, so what is everything else that we're seeing? Is that just like the pre-cum type of thing? Like, is that
one of those?
What do you?
Straws, where it's just like integrating as you're bringing the liquid through it.
Yeah. Terrible.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it 3 punches to the gut, 5 kicks to the face, and 2 uppercuts.
Nice.
All right.
Any shattered shins?
Oh God.
Shattered shit.
Femur? Was that a femur?
Did you see the fucking
No.
the X-ray?
X-ray.
Well, the femur's the upper leg.
The X-ray. It's just there. It's just
It's
completely.
gone.
Well, I posted a slow motion, and it was funny because after he kicked it, you could see his leg was just like this, and then his face was straight like it was nothing, and then he put his weight down on it. And
Well, he was in shock at that point.
well, yeah, I mean, we're looking at like what, a second that these kicks are flying at, right? So I mean, like, have you been able to even register that pain yet, or is the pain just what you expect from that kind of a kick?
We're talking about Chris Weidman for anybody that's not in the know from that last UFC that happened on the weekend.
So just to give you some context, usually when you're training your kicks, you're detonating the nerves all in your shins. So it doesn't matter. You probably didn't feel half of it. Like it would have been the snap of the bone that he would have felt, and that would have been like oh, that's a little odd. And then
that didn't feel right.
Then the say about the nerves, them being jangled against shards of bone that weren't there before. I'm sure that doesn't feel very good on your nerves. So
your nerves are probably like, oh, this is not what we were trained for.
Dude. That just probably felt all kinds of fucking hell. Like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah. But that's like when any of the kickboxers train, or even any martial artists, when they're training, they usually do 100 kicks to start, just to deaden out all those nerves, and then
maybe he did too good of a job.
But it's also meant to produce microfractures, so you strengthen the bone, right? And so a certain number of microfractures are done, but it doesn't matter. Like if you land a kick on a certain way, it's gonna break your bone, as we witnessed, and we've seen it in 2 fights.
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
Yeah, brutality.
Brutality. Did anybody play any video games they want to talk about? I don't know. Normally
I'm playing a lot of arcade games.
Arcade games? What do you?
Yeah, I got like a sweet MAME collection. Like it's like the reference collection for MAME.
Okay.
It's just kind of nice randomly scrolling through stuff and just being like, what's 720 like in arcade? 720 is really punishing and terrible, and they actually say skate or die in the game as well, and it's got me wanting to look up if any of the same developers worked on Skate or Die and 720.
Wow.
But it's a fucking hard game, dude. Any of you guys played that?
Skate or Die?
No, 720.
720 in the arcade.
720. Oh yeah, that's terribly ridiculous.
It's punishing, right?
Oh yeah, very much so.
I'm not just a moron. I was just like, I suck. Fuck.
Yeah, we're geared towards using controllers in very different ways than arcade controls were ever meant to be used, and like we're just not trained with the simplicity of basic moves anymore, right? It's the sad reality of it. I mean, like, you think of how difficult games like Street Fighter were when they introduced all of these really ridiculous combo kind of combinations. Those are way post games like 720 where you got like a millisecond to pull something off before you fall and you crash.
Yeah.
What controller are you using? Are you using just like a Xbox or whatever? Or?
Yeah. The Xbox Core controller is what I'm using, and it wasn't the controller. It was the fact that to turn on the skateboard, it's always left or right, and that rotates you 360. Like if you keep holding one direction, you're always rotating one way.
Yeah.
And then there's forward and back or whatever. So it's very strange. Like tank controls, I believe it's like tank controls on the skateboard. Talking about 720 for arcade, Dan.
720.
Yeah, it's like, I'm pretty sure it's related to Skate or Die, but it was like the arcade skateboarding game.
I did play 720. I can't remember if it was.
I was trying to get the litmus on if it's actually really, really hard or if I was just horrible, because I was not doing well at that game at all. Yeah, we're talking about what we're playing.
And it's also 3/4, right? It's isometric at the time.
Yeah.
And that is very disorienting, like naturally.
Yeah, especially if sometimes when you're holding a certain direction, it does not line up to what's on screen. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What else is everybody else playing?
Outriders.
Still into Outriders, huh?
Are you guys like all geared out and raid gear and shit now?
I haven't played it for about a week or so. I'm trying to remember, but I know I know some of us have played it more than others.
Nick's like, I'm still in the starting area.
No, you know what? I've actually gone a lot further. Aiden and I were playing the other day, and I'm at the point now where I'm in a forbidden area and finding all sorts of stuff. But honestly, I can't do the solo anymore. Honestly, the guys are so difficult, and even at dropping it down a world or two, it's my particular build is not geared high enough to be able to sustain the continuous amount of damage. I don't regain health the same way that everybody else does by like shooting. Like I gotta kill guys and be within a bubble of their space to be able to regenerate health.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried to do on a monster hunt, and this thing just absolutely annihilated me. And I think I died like 8 or 9 times in a row. And I was like, "Yep, I'm playing Rocket League. This is a lot simpler."
Yeah, playing solo is like, forget about it.
I am still playing Hades
Oh, nice.
on like run 22 now or something.
That's it? That's good. I have not.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not much. It's only like 10 hours old, but I don't know. I got the bug again this weekend. I got access to Disco Elysium Final Cut. So I'm
Oh!
doing it for my birthday. I've been wanting to play that. I got
Nice.
that's Paradox Gangster game. I can't remember the name of it anymore.
Oh, Empire of the Sun?
Empire of Sin.
Or Empire of Sin.
Yeah, that I really want to try with that install. But when I was sitting down this weekend, it was just after Mortal Kombat. I was like, what do I want to play? I was like, I want to tear people limb from limb. So I just went back into Hades. Even I woke up early. I came downstairs. I was like, I'm going to play some Hades before work. So like, it's got its kind of hooks quasi back into me. It's such a well-built game, though. It's so easy to control, and then so deep in its systems, and there's still a ton of secrets and mysteries and stuff. Like I just unlocked a whole new secondary weapon system over the weekend. Now I'm like getting into that. It's really well done.
It's very sexy
No more
too.
Deep Rock, Deep Rock Galactic anymore.
I usually play that with a kind of a regular crew. We haven't played anything for a while. I'd like to get back into it. They came out with a couple new updates that did some weapon tweaks and some other environment tweaks to the bosses or to the enemies and stuff. So those guys are just pumping out updates for that game. It's
I was gonna
amazing
say
how
like
much
that's
they do on that game.
That's one of the most alive games I've seen.
Incredible.
And Stardew Valley, and like Deep Rock Galactic. I'm like, they're like different.
And
they're almost
I mean,
different
Hades
games
too, right? Like I think Hades is done now, but Hades was another example of like early access all the way through, playable, like through to release, and then some tweaks afterwards. Deep Rock, same thing. Stardew, same thing. Like when you get one of those games that they're willing to, kind of commit to it. Let's say that's their only game. They're not making any other games, from what I can tell. You really do see it shine through in the updates that they make to it. So I will return to it. We went back to it maybe a month or two ago and played some of the new stuff. It's still phenomenal.
Oh man, I need to keep playing it.
I watched a trailer for the new D&D game, and I'm almost passively interested in it now.
Passively interested.
The new D&D, and
that's a selling point right there, Nick. I'm barely interested in it.
No, the new Dungeons and Dragons. Take a look. The trailer I think was posted in either the Xbox or PC channel.
They've got like a 20-minute or a 10-minute 4K walkthrough or a gameplay session that they posted.
That's why Nick's interested. There's a 4K 60 video.
One that you can actually play well on your
He's
TV.
like, in that case, I'll play it.
But it's so you can choose different character classes. You're not just stuck with like playing the knight that you usually expect from like a D&D game. So you're gonna get that feel of you can get a party together. You can do some raids. You can have a lot of fun with the multiplayer stuff going on. So at least that's what it appears through from all the different gameplay.
Yeah.
What was your take on it?
Forgotten Realms kind of thing?
Still can't find it.
It looks like a third-person like action adventure type of thing, like I don't know. Yeah, it's Dungeons and Dragons Dark
Alliance.
Is it Dark Alliance?
Alliance. Yeah, it's
And
on the
what-
homepage of IGN.
Okay.
And like when I heard about it, I was like, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. It's like,
Yeah, I was gonna say
no,
Baldur's Gate
it's
would do that.
Dungeons. I'm like, what?
Well, Baldur's Gate was D&D based, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I don't know why they didn't just stick with
Wizards
Baldur's
of the
Gate
Coast.
Dark Alliance.
There it is. I dropped it into
They do.
dropped it in the
Magic
pipe.
the Gathering.
Yeah.
Posted the link in the podcast channel, so you'll be able to get the lowdown.
See, I think I've just enjoyed kind of returning to a game like Outriders where it's a cooperative gameplay. Like it introduces, and I think a lot of games like you have that opportunity, but not in. They're just not done as equally as well as some others. Like I think of Destiny, and I just couldn't get into Destiny for whatever reason. But I mean, like Outriders is just a lighter take on kind of that same formula, and you know, I think my kid now kind of getting into things as well opens the door to a lot of, I don't have to kind of play late night on my own type of thing, and it makes the games a little bit more enjoyable, even if he doesn't save very much when he's playing, but he'll at least rescue me when I'm dead. So I mean, there are some passive, you know, niceties to it. So
Oh, he's a teenager now, isn't he? So
he will be soon. Actually, that's the reason why I was late today. We were talking about Corona. We were talking about how the world's going to end in 100 years if we keep going the way that we're going. You know, he learned about capitalism today and why it's the bane of everything that's good.
Wow. That's
And then we
light
watched- and then we-
conversation.
And then we watched a video about Pangea and the evolution of the continental drift, and you know,
Jesus
interesting
Christ.
aspects of that. So
So you're killing it with the homeschooling. Good job, man.
Yeah, you're going all over the.
Yeah, way to go, buddy.
that was just
Good.
leading up to, you know, him going to bed. So hopefully.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams. You might not wake up tomorrow.
We left
but
it
you'll
on the
be
note
rich through capitalism. Where to
Yeah.
go, buddy?
we
Don't
we
worry,
left it on
Daddy
the note
invested in Apple, so we're good.
of those 2 bitcoins
Jesus
one day.
Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna pass along my 2 Bitcoin to you, son. Fucking hell.
Well, what is it? We talked about how COVID is the Earth's way of righting itself and, you know, reducing population density and all of these wonderful things. So he's well on his way of being like a shitty human being to everybody else. So it's good.
Nice.
And on that note, I think I'm gonna say good night to everybody on the stream. We'll be back next week with a thoroughly captivating regularly scheduled
Dan, you have to give
program.
your rating for Mortal Kombat. We all did.
Oh, what, out of 5?
Well, I gave it
Sure,
5
I
bags of
think I'll
popcorn.
Out of
Everybody
out of
had a
10?
different, scale.
Mine was 4 milk dud boxes out of 1 bag of M&Ms with a severed thumb in it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mine was 3 punches to the gut, 5 kicks to the face, and 2 uppercuts.
What does that even mean? There's no rhyme or reason.
No
Um,
memories. Just and no shattered shins.
I will rate it a very weird 5 Kalimas out of 5. Kalima!
Well, that's the name of the episode.
Good night, everybody.
There you go. That's the name of the episode right there.